Welcome to your sleep story. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whatever this day was, however long it felt, however much it held, it is behind you now. Completely behind you. You made it through, and that is everything. So let's begin. Before I take you anywhere tonight, I want to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count, I want you to allow yourself to sink just a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Feel the weight of your body. Feel what is beneath you, holding you. And with each number, just let go a little more. 10. Allow your eyes to close. Gently, completely. There is nothing you need to see right now. 9. Feel your shoulders and let them drop as far as they want to go. 8. A slow breath in through the nose. 7. And all the way out. 6. Your hands. Feel them opening. Whatever you've been holding today, you can put it down now. 5. Your jaw is soft. Your face is soft. 4. Your legs are heavy, warm. 3. You're drifting, not asleep yet, but moving that way. 2. The day is behind you, completely and entirely behind you. 1. And now, tonight's sleep story, the relaxation. Before we go anywhere, I want to stay here with you for a moment. Just here, just now, because this moment, this exact moment right now, where you are lying in the quiet, deserves a little attention, a little kindness. Take a breath in for me, from the very bottom of the belly. Good, and let it go. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that everything you were carrying today, every worry, every unfinished thought, every heavy thing is just leaving with that breath, just drifting away. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are right now. A person who deserves rest. A person who deserves sleep. Because you do. You really do. Whatever happened today, whatever was hard, whatever felt heavy, you made it through. You are here. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You are safe. And you are here. Bring your awareness gently to your feet now. Just notice them and allow them to soften. The toes uncurling, the arches releasing. All the small held tension of the day simply letting go. Let that softness travel upward, through the calves, through the knees, the thighs. All of it warm, all of it heavy, all of it resting now. Your lower back, your hips. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you taking your weight completely, fully. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. The water has you. The backwaters have you. The belly soft. The chest soft. The heart beating steadily as it always has, as it always will. Your shoulders dropping, your arms heavy and warm, your hands open and still, the neck long and loose, and your face, let the jaw go. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes be completely still behind their lids. There you are, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, completely soft, completely warm, completely at rest. You've done beautifully. Now, let me take you somewhere the water is perfectly still, and the palms are reflected, and the houseboat is moored for the night, and the warm Indian air carries the smell of the backwaters, and the stars are coming out above the coconut palms. Come with me, the BACKWATRS, the Kerala backwaters, on the southwest coast of India, a network of lakes and rivers and canals and lagoons stretching along the Malabar coast. 5 districts, 900 kilometers of waterways, the water connected, the land between the water narrow, the whole system a landscape that is half land and half water, and entirely itself. The backwaters, not the sea. The sea is close. The Arabian Sea, the western edge of the Indian Ocean, barely 20 kilometers to the west of where you are. But not the sea. These waters are sheltered, separated from the sea by the narrow strip of land. Still, or very nearly still, the water here moves very slowly. The connection to the sea through the river mouths, the tide finding its way inland, but gentled by the distance. The backwaters at this hour, this still, the surface of the water, a dark mirror, the coconut palms on the banks reflected in it, their fronds reflected, the last of the sunset sky reflected, the first stars reflected, the Ketuvaliam, the houseboat, the Ketuvaliam, the traditional boat of the Kerala backwaters. The word means knotted boat, the name referring to the traditional construction method in which the bamboo and palm wood were lashed together with ropes of coir, the coconut fiber, without nails. This boat, old in style, if not in age, its hull the traditional shallow shape, built for these shallow backwaters. Its roof, the distinctive arched roof of bamboo and palm, leaves woven over the wooden frame. The roof that gives the Ketuvaliam its unmistakable silhouette. The arch of it, like a low tunnel, warm inside, the palm leaves overhead, the evening light finding its way through the weave of them. Not much, just enough. The filtered light of a palm leaf roof, the open front section where the living space is, the broad deck forward of the cabin, wooden, worn, 2 chairs on the deck, facing the water, moored, the boat moored for the night. Against the bank, the ropes, coir rope, the traditional rope of this coast, rough and slightly scratchy, and completely right for this boat on this water. The ropes tied to the stakes in the bank, 2 of them, bow and stern, the boat still, or very nearly still, the residual motion of the water, some barely there disturbance from a boat that passed an hour ago, finding the hull and gently rocking it. Rock and stillness, rock and stillness, the rhythm you have come to know on water. The boat not asleep, not restless, simply floating, doing what boats on still water do, existing on the surface between the water and the air. He is in the small galley at the boat's stern, The sound of him, the sound of cooking, the sound of spice and oil, and the metal of pots on the small gas burner. His name is Suresh. He is 48. He has been the cook and crew of this Keduvalam for 17 years. He grew up on the backwaters. His family has been on these waters for generations. His grandfather poled a boat similar to this one, though not a houseboat, a working boat, carrying goods between the villages of the backwaters in the time before the roads came and changed everything. The roads came, the boats changed. Some became houseboats for the tourists who found the backwaters and understood immediately that this was a place worth slowing down in. Suresh became a cook. His grandmother's recipes, his knowledge of the fish that come from these waters, his knowledge of the coconut oil and the curry leaves, and the mustard seeds that his grandmother's cooking required. He is making fish curry now. For dinner, the fish caught this afternoon from these waters, the smell, the backwaters at evening, the smell, water, not the sea smell, not salt, not the open ocean, fresh water and brackish water, and the green smell of the water plants that grow in the shallows, and coconut, the coconut oil from Suresh's galley, the curry leaves. When they hit the hot oil, the curry leaves release their smell immediately, distinctively, one of the most particular and pleasurable smells of South Indian cooking. Warmed, spiced, the cardamom and the mustard seeds and the turmeric, all present in the warm air drifting forward from the galley toward the deck. And beneath all the cooking, the backwaters themselves, the mud of the banks, the water plants, the particular smell of still water in a warm climate, not stagnant, living, the smell of water that is full of life, the water hyacinth at the bank's edge, its purple flowers, giving off what it gives. The deck. You are on the deck, in one of the two chairs. The chair old, wooden, its arms worn smooth. The deck under your feet. The water below the deck, very close. The hull low in the water. The water barely half a meter below where you sit. The water a dark mirror. You can see your reflection in it, and the reflection of the palm on the bank behind the boat, the reflection moving very slightly as the water moves very slightly, your reflected self moving with the water, the PALMS, the coconut palms along the bank, not the straight, tall palms of the postcard, the particular lean of the Kerala backwater palms. They lean over the water, the palms that have been leaning here since before the backwaters were a tourist destination, that lean because they grow at the water's edge and reach for the light over the open water. Their fronds, long, the individual leaflets of the frond, each one fine, in the evening light, translucent. You can see the sky through them, the gold of the sunset, sky through the leaflets, and the shadows of the fronds. On the water, the frond shadows, moving very slightly when the breeze finds the fronds, the frond shadows on the water, moving, one of the most hypnotic things in the world. The frond shadows on still water, moving. You watch them. The dinner. Suresh brings the food, the fish curry, in the traditional way. The karameen, the pearl spot fish of the Kerala backwaters, the fish that is caught here and cooked here and eaten here, not caught elsewhere and brought. The fish of this water, the coconut milk curry, thick, red-orange from the chilies and the turmeric, the smell of it extraordinary. He puts it on the small table between the chairs. The rice, Kerala rice, the red rice, the parboiled rice, slightly sticky, the proper accompaniment. The papadum, thin, crisp. He has fried them in the coconut oil. The smell of the fried papadum, the thin cracker smell, the oil smell, the warmth of it. You eat, slowly, the way the backwaters require. The curry warm, deeply spiced, the fish tender, the coconut milk cooling the chili slightly, the rice receiving the curry, the meal completely itself, made from these waters. For this evening, on this boat, the FROGS, from the bank, after dark, the frogs, the Kerala backwater frogs, as the frogs of Kenji's paddies, the frogs of the jungle river. Frogs belong to water everywhere. These frogs, their calls different from the Japanese paddy frogs, different from the jungle river frogs, but the same essential truth. The frogs claiming the evening, the frogs announcing that the water is here, and the night is here, and they are here. One voice, then two, then the chorus. Different species. The small frogs close to the bank, the larger ones further out. The diversity of them, the backwaters supporting many species. The chorus layered, complex, not a wall of sound, a conversation, many voices, many things being said. The stars above the backwaters, the stars of South India, the sky at this latitude, almost the same equatorial sky we experienced on the jungle river, but not quite. This far from the equator, Kerala sitting between 8 and 12 degrees north, the southern sky visible, but not fully, the northern sky present, the stars of both hemispheres, almost, and the Milky Way, above the backwaters, running roughly east-west at this time of year, this latitude, this hour, a band of it, more dense than the northern sky knows, the center of the galaxy in the south, brighter from here, the Milky Way above the backwaters, reflected below, in the still water, the water so still at this hour, the last of the day's wind gone, the night air not yet moving, that the reflection is exact. 2 Milky Ways, the one above, the one in the water, the houseboat between, floating in the galaxy. SURSH's evening. After dinner, Suresh sits at the stern, on the step, his feet almost touching the water. He drinks tea, plain tea, no milk, just the tea, He has been on this boat for 17 years. He has drunk tea at this stern in the evening thousands of times. He does not think this is remarkable. It is simply what happens at the end of the day. The cooking done, the meal eaten, the cleaning done, the tea, the stern, the water. He looks at the backwaters, not at anything in particular. The way Walter looks at his river, the way Seamus looks at his sea, the way all the people in these stories look at the water that is theirs, simply receiving what it gives, which tonight is this: the still water, the reflected stars, the frogs, the warm night air, the smell of the water plants. Enough, more than enough. The bed, inside the cabin, the sleeping area, a mattress on the platform that runs along the cabin's length. White cotton, simple, clean, the cotton sheets, the single pillow, the overhead fan slowly turning, very slowly, moving the warm air, not cooling it, moving it, which is what is needed here. The warmth of the Kerala night, not extreme, not the heat of midday. The warmth of a tropical night beside still water, the fan moving the air, the mosquito net, white, draped around the sleeping platform, the net creating a small enclosed world, the world of the sleeping place. Inside the net, the mattress, the pillow, the white cotton. Outside the net, the cabin, the deck, the water, the palms, the stars. All present, all accessible through the net's thin gauze. Seen, not separated, growing still. The fan is turning. The net is around you. The water is below. The frogs are outside. The stars are above. The Milky Way is in the water. Suresh is at the stern. If thoughts are arriving, and they probably are, because that is what minds do, they are not staying long. The backwaters take them. The still water of the backwaters, the water that has been still here, or very nearly still, for centuries, takes them. They come, you notice them. The water receives them, as the water receives everything. The rain, the fallen palms, the reflections, everything received, everything held, very gently. On the surface, you don't need to hold any of them. Just the net, just the fan, just the frogs outside, just the stars in the water, just Suresh at the stern with his plain tea. Peace lives on this water, in the Keduvalam and the backwaters, and the coconut oil, and the 17 years of Suresh's faithfulness to this boat and this water. Tonight it is yours. Good night. You are doing so beautifully. The day is done. You came onto the houseboat tonight. Suresh made the fish curry with the caramine from these waters. You ate on the deck as the frogs began. The stars came out. The Milky Way appeared in the sky and appeared in the water. The backwaters received you, as the Kerala backwaters have received travelers for generations. With the still water and the coconut palms and the fish from these waters and the warm night air and the frogs and the stars reflected. Carry it with you on the turbulent days, the days when everything is in motion and nothing will be still. Remember the backwaters. Remember the water that is almost the sea, but not the sea. The water sheltered, the water still, the palms leaning over it, your reflection in it moving very slightly. You are reflected in still water. You are always present, even when the world will not slow down. You know the way here now, but tonight you are already here. The water is below. The fan is turning. The frogs are outside. Sleep now, deeply, completely. You deserve every water still, palm shaded, frog sung, star reflected, backwater warm moment of this rest. Every single one. Good night. Sleep well. The BACKWATRS. Through the night. The water at night. The backwaters at night. Still, the stillest they will be. The day's boat traffic gone. The tourist boats moored. The working boats at their villages. The water undisturbed. The mirror perfect. The surface reflecting everything above it. The stars, the palms, the pale shape of the moored Caduvalin. All of it reflected. All of it in the water holding the night sky as it holds everything that comes above it. Patient, the life in the water hyacinth at the bank's edge, its purple flowers closed now. The water hyacinth closes at night, the flowers folding inward, protecting the reproductive structures from the night air, but the plant still present, still on the water, its broad green leaves on the surface, its roots hanging below, the roots that purify the water. The water hyacinth is a cleaner, one of the most efficient water purifying plants known. The roots absorbing what the water carries, the excess nutrients, the pollutants, and incorporating them. The water hyacinth working all night, quietly, without being asked. The backwaters partly maintained by this plant that was introduced from South America in the 19th century and has become entirely at home here, entirely necessary. The roots hanging in the dark water, working what the backwaters are. The Kerala backwaters are a specific and remarkable thing. They are not simply a system of rivers. They are the result of the complex interaction of the Western Ghats, the mountain range that runs along India's western coast, and the Arabian Sea. The rivers that flow down from the Ghats carry silt. The sea pushes back. The interaction of the rivers flowing west and the sea pushing east created these lagoons, these sheltered waters, these backwaters, not rivers, not the sea, something in between, the transition zone between fresh and salt, the brackish world, the world that exists in the in-between. The richest biological environments on Earth are the in-between places, the edge of the sea, the edge of the forest, the edge of the river. The backwaters are the edge, the transition, the between, and the between is where life is most abundant, most various, most itself. Suresh at midnight. He goes to his berth at midnight, the small berth at the stern, narrow, the berth of a working boat. Enough. He falls asleep immediately. He always falls asleep immediately. The body that has been cooking and steering and tending the boat all day, the body that has been on boats since childhood, the body that knows how to sleep on water. He sleeps, the boat rocking very slightly, the coir ropes holding, the frogs outside, the stars above, the water below. He will be up at 5:30. The guest's tea, the breakfast, the morning departure. But now, sleep, the backwaters holding him, as they hold everything. The kingfisher at dawn, the common kingfisher. This species is found across Asia and Europe. The same species as the kingfisher of the English rivers and the French canals, though in different territories, the same species. At the backwaters at dawn, the kingfishers perch, the low branch above the water at the channel's edge. It has been here since before dawn, waiting in the way that kingfishers wait, the stillness of a predator that has learned to be absolutely still, the fish in the water below, not yet sensing the danger above, the kingfisher watching, then the dive, the streak of orange blue, the entry into the water, the brief disturbance, the exit, the fish in the beak, the return to the perch, the breakfast of the kingfisher, the backwaters providing, as they always provide, for those who know how to wait, the morning light on the water, the sunrise over the eastern Ghats, not seen directly from the backwaters. The palms and the narrow strip of land are in the way, but the light finds the water, the early morning light of South India, warm, golden, the light of a latitude that the sun reaches at a steep angle, the light that arrives fully and immediately rather than the gradual arrival of the northern morning, the light on the water, making the backwaters what they are at this hour, the water gold, the palms gold, the reflections gold, the Ketuvalam gold in the light, Suresh on the deck, the first tea, the steam from it rising in the morning air, the birds beginning, the kingfisher on its perch, the egret walking the shallow margin, the backwaters in the morning, full, alive, the night's stillness giving way to the morning's full presence. But you are asleep, still asleep, in the cabin, the fan turning, the net around you, the morning coming, but you have a little longer. The backwaters are patient. The morning is patient. The boat is moored. The ropes are holding. The water is still. The Milky Way is in the water. The frogs are calling. The water hyacinth is cleaning. Suresh is asleep. The stern, the narrow berth, the kingfisher is on its perch. The morning is coming. The gold is coming, but not yet. Now the night, the still water, the palms, the stars, and you are sleeping, deeply, completely, peacefully, on the houseboat, on the backwaters, in Kerala, the fan turning, the net around you, the water below, holding everything very gently on its surface. This is exactly where you should be. This is exactly what you deserve. Every water still, palm shaded, frog sung, star reflected, backwater warm moment. Every single one. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. Good night, dear friend. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. Good night, and